Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with To Be Hero X episode number 11 reaction. Alright, the previous episode was the ending to Lucky Xian's story and surprisingly it ended in a happy way. So, Lucky Xian went and took care of the whole situation with the orphanage. We get to know that the dean was actually keeping like a recording hidden, and we get to see the recording, or we get to hear the recording, and we get to know that apparently everyone in the plane is not because Lucky Shan took their luck that the plane crashed. It's because everyone in the plane, when the plane was crashing, gave Lucky Xian all their hope, which increased her trust value, and she became lucky. So it was the after the plane malfunctioned that she got her power activated. So she had nothing to do with it. More so, you could say that she was like the hope of each and every one of the airplane. So yeah, that's what happened, and I think everything ended in a good way. The boy, what was his name? Luo, right? He was also by the end safe and sound. So I guess she kind of like showed why her name is Lucky Xian. Out of the three heroes we've seen, she was the only one who had a happy ending. So I guess it makes sense. She's called Lucky Xian. Anyways, let's see what happens today. I'm pretty sure we're getting Queen today. Looking forward to it. So yeah, let's get started. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. 26, alright. Oh damn. Wow, so she has been. Right. You know what I did think in the previous episode? I was like, she's quite young, right, to be a hero? Like, and she was like giving speeches and everything. She's just breezing through it. She's like, wait a minute. Whoa. She's done. Alright, here's the thing. You know what? I'm pretty sure in a lot of places, or at least, we're not really allowed to leave until everyone completes the test. You can be done, but you're not allowed to leave. But in anime, everyone just. Alright. 2 years. Crazy. Right. Hey, yo. Crazy. You know what? I said this for Lucky Shan as well. Lucky Shan was talented from the beginning. It's not because of her luck or anything. Like, yeah, it was because of her luck, but her music talent was something she actually got. Like, she already had. Like, it was her own talent. Um, just like that, I feel like you can see that Queen also has her own thing, even before she became a hero, which is quite good. Because, a few of the heroes we've seen were able to become hero because of the trust value, but these two are at least these two are plenty capable from the very beginning. And then I'm assuming Queen is going to get a hero power and she's going to get even more stronger. So she's a genius, you can see from the very beginning. Liu Yue. That's her true name. Road to the Crown. 28. Okay. Oh, so this is where she was giving the speech that Lure was listening to, Lucky Chan was listening to. I don't. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Right. What? What? Alright, this is dumb. Bro, she passed, graduated university in 2 years. Did you do that? What the hell is this? Exactly. Oh boy. Okay, Fall of Dawn. I'm guessing that's something that was shown in the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer still properly. If amounted to drinking. Oh, that's Lolly, right? I think so. Pink hair. Ability to create order. Okay, which will be? Yeah. More. Mm. Yeah. So this is where he decided to recruit her. Oh wow. New wave of female heroes. Hmm. Right. This is going to increase her trust value as well. Queen. Oh. Hmm. Boa. Okay. Damn. So she has a rival, I guess you could say, because Dio is also. Oh, it's this girl. Wait, didn't she die in the plane? No, never mind. It was someone else's picture, I'm guessing. Because the plane crash already happened, right? Yeah. I remember seeing a picture of, I think, okay, maybe I was mistaken. In one of the pictures, when the plane crashed, like one of the torn pictures. Oh, this guy. Wait, is that Turbo Granny? What the hell? Right. Big once again. So they fell for a moment and now they're back. Damn, she looks like a magician. Oh yeah. Oh, there she is. Boba. And Queen. Oh no, wait. Oh, this. I've seen this guy smile. Oh, this is where they fight? That's cool. Look at this place. What is. Damn, one hand? I guess he always smiles. Oh, wow, this guy's strong. Well, he's the previous hero. Whoa, the ex of the previous. Okay, I think Queen will defeat him, right? This guy? Bruh. Whoa, he is just not even struggling. Oh, whoa. Wait. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, he's not smiling anymore, I think. Oh, wait. Will Bo actually defeat him? Wait a minute. He's not smiling. Whoa, what? What's happening? Hey, yo, the fear again. Ah, Queen. I love her outfit so much. Yeah, what the hell? What, and what's she doing on a rooftop? Oh, oh, so Bob became X. Okay. Hmm, interesting. Damn. You know what? Something irks me about this guy. I don't know what. It's like the way he. Okay, so Bob became X. Alright. So what? Bro, what? Yeah, alright. This guy is absolutely. What did you suck up to Queen? Yeah, she was the one. What the hell was. Alright. Alright. This guy is absolutely. Yeah, I said this in the previous video as well. This guy sucks up to Queen so much. It's like a slimy little weasel. I literally said a few moments ago, something irks me about this guy. And yeah, this guy's a two-faced snake. Who? Oh, that guy. Oh my god. Yeah, Queen's power is something else completely. This is insane. Imagine you can command someone in an area. She's still X, so she's very strong as well. So you can see how she's. Oh my god, this guy. What was his name? Johnny or something? No, Johnny's the Turbo Granny's. The Turbo Granny looking cat. Yeah. What is this thing? A cat? What? Is this his power? Little Johnny. Ah, good lord. Yeah. My. Wait, what? Son? Oh my god. Floor. Oh, the. Wait, but he's 15, right? Wait, I thought Hirota was like top 10, or was I mistaken? I've. Oh no, I think it's top 100. Oh, there you go. Emerging everywhere. Okay. Okay. Yeah. The Rock. Mm, there he is. Dragon Boy. Stand. Yep. Mr. Stand. Oh, Lucky Chan. This is. Yeah, so she was becoming popular in while playing, you know, in the. Ah, this is. Why he named his Big John? Okay, I don't. Yeah. Right. No, she's like, I'm gonna do it on my own. Yep. Yeah. True. Oh, there's Boa. Hmm. Investigation. What invest? Okay. All right, here it is. Ooh, Queen. Oh, wait, X is here. Ah, there he is. Yo, oh my god, I'm so excited to hearing him. Oh, Mamoru Miyano. It's good god. I'm such a huge fan of him. Oh my god, this is crazy. Ah! Wait, so what the hell happened? I still don't understand how transitioning from 3D to 2D helps him fight. Can can we can we get some footage? How should he defeated him? Her. So he's X now. So this is where she was depressed, and then Lucky Shan's song kind of cheered her up. And oh god, what? All right, bro, shut the hell up. Hmm. Mickey. All right. So I was correct. X is not connected to any company. I'm gonna meet him. All right. All right. Let's see. What is this place? This place is like overgrown with. Fear is going to consume her. Fear is, yeah. What? I found the info you requested. Who is she getting? Oh my god. So she was trying to figure out who is her dad, you know. Hmm. Okay. So that's it. All right. Wow, that was a really good episode. So we get to see Queen today. Like how her story started. Like how she prepared for everything. She was one of the youngest to graduate from the university, and then she immediately got recruited by what was the name of the company? DOS, right? Yeah. And yeah, then we had DOS using her influence, kind of, like did the whole like like kind of hyped up like female heroes, and they went with that whole thing. If you remember, that's why in the previous episode you could see that guy, the manager of DOS, the main guy. He was telling Lucky Shan about how she needs to be more independent and all that stuff. How, that is why, because this was the whole trend that he was riding on. That you know that, oh, we're going to make, like, so that's why she was like, oh, your personality won't really match here, you have to change, you have to be someone else, all that stuff. So that's why he was spewing all those nonsense in the previous video, you could say. um right. And yeah, so I, like I said, I still haven't found, I don't know about the Tree Man group, the guy, we haven't really seen much of him. That guy's father, I forgot his name. His father, Truman Group's, like, head. We haven't really seen him that much. We've seen him a little bit, kind of, like, and we barely even saw him speak that much. We saw him speak a little bit during Yancho's, like, like episodes, and then a little bit before that during Nice's episodes as well. But that was it. So I cannot really say much about him. I don't know. He looks pretty serious. Well, makes sense. After what happened to his son and everything. But so I cannot really say much about him. But all the other top heroes, top like the managers of the companies that we've seen from that point onwards, like this freaking guy Rock and all that, all are complete assholes. Like, what the hell? Like, this freaking guy is. I feel like Rock is obviously like a absolute villain, you could say. This guy is more like a snake. He's like, one of those characters you see in cartoons and whatever, who are like always sucking up to someone who's like, who you need, and you're like scheming and everything like this, like, like a crafty little snake. He's like that. And it's just, you can see it, so you can see it that he is very much scared of Queen, because he knows that if Queen leaves the company, he is doomed. His whole company is going to go down. And they mentioned how he already fell off, and because of Queen, he was able to rise back up again. So Queen leaves his company for some other company, he's screwed. His whole company is screwed. He's screwed. He's going to go to the bottom of the barrel, because obviously, like, the only person that he's like putting all his chips on is Queen. That's why he's doing his utmost best to suck up to her so much. Like in the previous episode, you saw when Lucky Shan, like, he was talking in one way with Lucky Shan and acting like a complete, like ass. And then as soon as Queen came and started supporting Lucky Shan, he was like, oh yeah, you're right, sure, whatever. And I'm like, bro, same with here as well. With Boa literally, like, yeah, I understand. Like Queen, obviously Queen's influence was huge. She saying that whole, like, the speech and getting recruited to this company definitely increased all the heroes here in their company, definitely increased their capabilities as well. They were able to get to spotlight, their trust value also increased. So technically, yes, you are right. A lot of the things are Queen's influence. But that doesn't mean that you're going to completely disregard the fact that Boa was the one who fought Smile and got to the top, and you're talking like that to a hero who's literally X. How dare you? You know, like, that scene pissed me off so much. If I was in Boa's position, I probably would have just punched him in the face. Like, how dare you speak to me like that? You're disregarding my everything that I've done. Like, and acting as if like everything is Queen's like thing. And Queen wasn't even amused by that whole nonsense. He, like, what the funny part is? He tries to suck up to Queen so much, but Queen literally doesn't care. she doesn't need any of these sucking up to her. She's very, you could say, like, straightforward and everything. You could say, like, if you tell her something more constructive, she'll appreciate that more instead of sucking up like this, like an absolute idiot. Good God. Anyways, this guy's annoying as well. I absolutely hate him. Rock was a completely different type of, like a person. We know that he's a master manipulator and a proper villain, you could say. This guy is more of the type of slimy ass, guy who just lives in the shadows and does his things while nobody's looking. That type of character this guy is. You see his smile. That's fake ass smile is just so obvious. Who smiles like that? Like with his eyes closed and he's like this. Like, shut the hell up. Go back. Good God, this guy pissed me off at that. That scene really made me pissed off so much during that whole boa scene. Like, I was furious. I was like, what the hell is this? Imagine you become the top at something after doing so much harm, and someone comes to your face who isn't even involved in any of it. Like, yeah, he is the leader of the company or whatever, but he has nothing to do with the hard work that you put into getting to that position. And imagine someone like that, like a complete third party, lecturing you about how, oh, it wasn't because of you that you were able to become X. It wasn't because of your hard work. It was because of Queen. Imagine that. That is absolute lowest of the low. Yeah. So I didn't really like him during Lucky Chan's episode as well. This episode made me even more annoyed at this freaking guy. Absolute, spineless little cretin. Like, just, yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So after that, okay. So right, let's talk about this episode properly. So that was that, and now then we had a few other things today. For example, I guess you could say today's episode was more like we got to know a lot about what's going on here, like, in this world. Like, we get to see, like, Rock changing from, what was it called, Multi Glory, right? Changing from the other, I forgot the name of the other one. To he switched to Mighty Glory. That part we got to see. We also got to see who else? The Three Man Group guy. Mm. Here we go. MG executive Shand resigns and establishes uh, Three Man Corporation, and he has since. Oh, this guy is. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Oh. Oh, I realized that now. Okay, so this guy's name is Shant. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because this is the part that I'm a little bit getting confused here, with the whole company and everything. Like, so, wait, let me go back. Okay, so this part. Ever since FOMO has allowed people to socialize in new way, DOS has allowed women to have stronger and more independent views. Okay, and more people may approach to becoming a hero. Okay. MG executive Shant resigns and establishes Tree Cover. Okay, so this guy's name is Shant, who was the Mighty Glory executive, has recently announced his resignation from MG COO and director positions, and he went, like, independent, which focused on nurturing a whole new lineup of heroes. Okay, so taking advantage of this, I guess we have Rock getting. Okay, we get to see that later. Okay, FOMO has provided people with a more convenient method of communication. Okay, showcase. Okay, he talks about all of the, like how changing generation, this and that, like all those stuff he talks about. Okay, so then we have, just a minute. The next part, it is, okay, Mr. Zach, will you share your views on Mr. Rock giving up on his share of FOMO and his subsequent investment into MG? So there you go. Rock's gone into MG. When did that happen? Did it still have anything to do with Mastic and Miss Blazing Fire Scan? We know this Mastic and Miss Flare. We saw this before in one of the previous episodes. Those two guys, we've seen the opening. Yeah. As important business partners, do you have reached a disagreement? Okay. Okay, so this guy's the other one. I've seen him in the opening. He's also there. Zach, right? Yeah. So what's his company's name? I forgot. Um. So Rock joins MG with a high profile. Rock leaves FOMO, takes over MG Corporation. We. Oh wait. Just a minute. Just a minute. From oh, so this guy's from FOMO. Okay. All right, Zach or whatever. All right. So, hmm. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. So this is what happened. Rock and that guy Shand, I think, both of them were from FOMO. They like Shand leaves. No, wait. Oh my God, this is I'm getting confused here. No, wait. Sorry. No. Shand was from MG. He went independent and made Treeman Group. Rock started investing on in like MG after that, and he became like the executive over there. And this guy Zach, he where is he from? He's from FOMO, I guess. FOMO's a corporation, right? In one of the hero things. I need to check. Wait a minute. You know what? Let me just check. Can I get a? Okay, wait. To be hero X hero company. Alright, here it is. Um, just a minute. Alright, so we have. Yeah, okay. So Treeman, obviously, so Shund is the man. Mighty Glory is Rock is currently over there. DOS is obviously we know like the guy that we saw like Lucky Xian and all that. And FOMO is the guy Zach. I think that was his name. He's from FOMO, right? Right. So okay. So we haven't really seen FOMO properly still. Like I said, out of these companies, the Treeman Group, the guy Shund, I think I'm not really sure about that much about him, what type of a person he is. We have seen he's pretty serious. You could see that. Uh, but unlike him, Mighty Glory and DOS, their leaders are absolute slime balls. Like it's like what's his name? Rock is an master manipulator villain, while we have this freaking guy that's slimy little weasel. And in from FOMO, that guy Zach, we still don't know much about him. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what type of a person he's. From first impression, he looks pretty decent. He was talking pretty nicely to the reporters and everything. But who knows? Every freaking character here, especially who are in the top of the corporations, they have a second face that they hide from the from the media and everything. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Zack turns out to be another two-faced person. But I think there's a low possibility of that. I don't know. From looking at him, I don't think he's that type of person. Let's wait and see. Anyways, so okay, now I understand all the hero, like the whole thing. All right, so that part was pretty well described here in today's episode. What's going on over there, and we also got to see how the time is changing. Like we get to see when Queen was like young. At that time, like she was like, oh, I'm going to become X. I'm going to show everyone, that this and that she said. And then when she got recruited to DOS, she had Boa with her. Boa is one of the top heroes of DOS, and she was able to, Boa was able to become X by defeating Smile. So Boa became X, and then Queen was like, "Oh, I'm going to fight Boa. I'm going to defeat her. I'm going to become X, this and that." But then on stage, in comes that guy. We don't know his name, or at least I don't know his name. I haven't seen the trailers, so I'm just going to call him X. X comes in, who still wasn't X at that point. He was just a random participant, a dark horse, as they called him. He comes in, and Queen is like, "What the hell? This guy defeated Boa? Okay, right. Okay, let's see." and she was like ready to use her order. X snapped his fingers and it's over. Now I have no idea what happened. How the hell does he fight by transitioning from 3D to 2D? Makes no sense. Or at least I don't understand the logic behind his power, which I'm guessing we'll probably get to know later. Maybe when we finally get introduced to X. I do wonder when they'll do that. When they'll properly show X's story. Maybe like at the end of like the whole, not story, but this whole 24 episodes that we're going to have. Maybe at the end of that we'll get to see X. Probably. I think they'll keep him an enigma up until the very end of the 24 episodes. But anyways, so he comes in and he just defeats her. So turns out nobody knows who the hell X is, what's his name, where he comes from, and like he has like no records or whatever. He's just like he's not affiliated with any company either. And this is what I was saying in one of the I think in a few of the previous episodes I literally said that I'm pretty sure X is not affiliated with any companies. He is independent, and that is huge. You know, I feel like how Queen was talking about changing the whole hero system and everything. By becoming X. I feel like X, like this guy, was already able to do that by becoming a hero who's independent, by becoming the top hero, number one, as an independent hero. I think that is what is most required for this world, at least. You see the politics that is going on between these different companies. They're like at each other's throats, trying to pull over, like, get a, like trying to just win over the other company by doing all these nasty ass stuff, mistreating their, like, heroes, manipulating them, making like a fake narrative about so many things to the outside world. These people, all of these people, and like, are just, all these companies are absolutely, or at least the ones that we've seen up until now, like mainly two of them, Mighty Glory and DOS, absolute horrible. So I feel like if some hero becomes the top hero, that is X, while being affiliated with these companies, the world is not going to change. These people will do their, like, like nonsense behind everyone's backs. And yeah, so I feel like X being the top hero is something that is pretty much needed, because he is not affiliated with anyone. He's independent. That kind of thing. You want some like big corporation to be at the top. I don't want it, at least, because like if at least if the corporation was decent, it was actually truthful and good. I don't want DOS, any heroes from DOS, or any heroes from what's his name, like Mighty Glory, to become the top. Queen is an exception though, because I feel like if Queen became X, this guy would suck up to her, so he would never go against Queen. So technically Queen will still have the power. Think about Mighty Glory. If Mighty Glory becomes, or any of their heroes becomes number one, what Rock will do? The Rock is absolutely like, this guy is something else. This guy's a proper villain. I don't want any heroes who's affiliated with Rock to be X. No, in no way do I want that. So that's the thing. So that is why I think X is perfect for that, because he's independent. Nobody has any type of hold on him. If X himself is a decent person, if he really wants to help people, and if that never changes, he's the best candidate to be number one, because he's not affiliated. He doesn't have anyone. Like, yeah. So I have so many questions about X, because like, for number one, how the hell does he get his trust value? Because nobody knows him. So what's going on? I feel like this guy X will probably be someone who defies everything, all expectations, because just like how we are seeing how nobody knows X, how he's not affiliated with anyone, I feel like trust value doesn't work on him. That's what I feel like. I don't know, this is just a guess, but I think his power is from something else. It's not from trust value. I might be completely wrong though. Maybe it's something else, some other type of gimmick he's using. But it is pretty special, because nobody knows him. How the hell does he get trust? So, and if that is the case, I will say it even more, that this guy is perfect for being X. Because he doesn't fall into any of these categories. He's an independent person. And if he himself is a decent person, as a proper human being who actually wants to help people and wants to better for, then he's perfect for this, you know. And I think this is exactly what Queen wants. And like I said, I feel like if Queen becomes number one, I still don't, I'm not really comfortable into thinking that this freaking guy, like the DOS guy, he would be like the company that is in charge of Queen. But at least Queen, is more independent in that sense. And like the guy won't be able to do his nonsense and put, like, like do anything to Queen or try to control her. Queen is in control of herself, and she will be able to, like that kind of thing. But I feel like there's one flaw in Queen's logic where, Queen said that, oh, we want someone with order who will be on the top. And, you know, yeah, that sounds all well and good. But what if the person at top makes a mistake? Who's going to tell them? If there's only one person who's making decisions and judgment and, like all that, who is going to tell them that, oh, you're wrong? You know, but I feel like Queen has enough sense, is enough sensible and enough, but she's a little bit too, like I guess you could say, strict. So that might cause a few problems when she becomes number one. I've seen so many other shows where characters like Queen become the top, and later on they realize that them being too strict and too much like, oh, I'll follow the rules, it actually goes in a wrong direction. And yeah, so that's the one thing that I'm kind of concerned about if Queens becomes X, that she will be able to do a good job, but I feel like her strictness on herself and on others might backfire immensely as the leader of everyone. She has so much responsibility if she becomes X. So that kind of thing. Like, to be a leader, you need to be strict, and at the same time you need to be flexible as well. You need to balance everything properly. That is only how you'll be able to become a good leader. So you need to have a balance with everything, because the world is filled with different people. Different people have different ways of approaching things. So that's why you need a balanced person at the top who will be able to lead you. Anyways, so that's what I'm thinking. So X, we didn't get to see any type of him fighting or anything. I generally thought he's going to fight. He just did this, and it's over. Everyone is panicking. You can see it, like, the guy from DOS. He's like, I'm trying to find out where is he from, and he's like, I'm going to go and talk to him. I'm at the top floor of the Hero Tower, and he goes to the top tower, and it's all grass, all overgrown with weeds, and he's like, what the hell is this? Does he even live here? What the hell? So it's very interesting. Like, X is truly an enigma. So let's wait and see what this guy is about. Right. And also we get to see, like, fear is also affecting Boa. That's not good. Right. I don't think we'll see more of X, at least in this arc, and that's it. We'll probably now focus more on Boa and Queen, because Boa has, like, fear in her now. So Queen will probably try to stop her and all that. All that stuff is going to happen. So I don't think we're getting any more of X. Maybe we'll get to see a little bit more of him, but that's it. So X, we'll probably get to see X properly in his arc, which I don't know when it's going to happen. But I'm very much looking forward to that, because X is just so good, and they've casted the perfect person to be her VA, Mamoru Miyano. Good God, as soon as he's going to open his mouth, yeah, like, it's just I don't know what to call it. Like, I just love his voice acting, his work. Mamoru Miyano's voice, like, like, he's something else completely. Oh my God. Anyways, right. So yeah, there you go. So that was this episode. Let's see what happens. So many things going on. Like, oh, we also met Big Johnny and Little Johnny, I think. So I don't know what the hell. Why does he call the Big Johnny his son? So I don't understand this. He calls himself Little Johnny. He calls the creature, the cat or whatever, I don't know, Big Johnny. But why does he call him his son? Shouldn't it be reversed? Shouldn't he be Big Johnny and the cat be Little Johnny if he calls the cat his son? Yeah, if he called himself the son of the cat, then I could understand the cat being Big Johnny and him being Little Johnny. I don't understand the logic, but yeah, I think it's not even Big Johnny. He says something else in Japanese. The name of the cat. Wait a minute. Well, let me. Da-chan. Okay. Yeah. So in Japanese, the cat is called Da-chan. Right. But it's translated to Big Johnny, I guess. Something. Yeah. So wait a minute. Yeah. So his cat's name is Big Johnny, and he calls his cat my son, but he's Little Johnny. I genuinely don't understand this law. Like what? Why is the cat that you call your son Big Johnny while you are Little Johnny? I don't know. Maybe something. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we'll get to know later when we get to see his part of the story. But he seems like a pretty good guy. He's pretty chill. You could see he became good friends with Xian and Queen, and Queen loves his cat. Oh my god, that's funny. Right. Okay, and there you go. And this is where you can see, like, this is where Queen was depressed, and Lucky Shan's like songs cheered her up. And it's kind of interesting because if you see in today's episode, she said like, "Oh no, I don't like like these type of things," or she said something related to like, "Oh, these are not important." When Lucky Shan was talking about luck and her, like singing and everything. So but after getting defeated by X, I think her song cheered her up, so she probably changed her mind about Lucky Xian, and they became better friends with each other. Which we get to see. We got to see that in the previous episode. Um. So right. Anyway, I have to say I've said this multiple times. I love Queen's outfit. It really reminds me of like like a she has a very like a interesting like set of styles. First and foremost, when she's like casually she walking and everything is like in front of like the cameras and everything in front of the media, she's more like she's like have like a magician outfit, and then in a battle she's like wearing like her armor, like a Amazoness, like that type of a like like a style. She reminds me of, and I've said this before as well. She reminds me a lot of Kiana from Honkai Impact. If people have played the game and you know about her, Kiana's Hersher form, the God Kiana as they call her, you know that form. She really reminds me of that. With the crown and the white style, the white hair, like that whole thing. So I think her design is my most favorite one out of all the heroes. Like the battle armor and everything, like so perfect. All right. So there you go. That was today's episode. Really good episode. That was my overall impression. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. Okay, so first scene we see Queen going in. Obviously, she wasn't Queen at that point. I forgot her name, the original name. She goes to the university. She's like giving the exam. The teacher's like, "Hello, you're done?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm done." And she just leaves. And like I was saying, I feel like I don't know what happened. Like what it is in like other places, but at least in my country you cannot leave. Like if you are giving a test, and if you like complete like way ahead of everyone, you have to like wait up until the very end. When everyone's done, then you can leave. Which I guess it makes sense. They probably do it to have it like in a more like a disciplined way. Like if people just complete and just leave out of the room whenever they want to, that's a bit of chaotic, right? So yeah, I guess that maybe that's why. But I've seen it so many times in so many animes. Characters just do the test and just leave, and I'm like, bro, what? And we weren't able to do that. We had to like wait for the whole exam to end, and then we have to leave. Like, good God. uh, so yeah. Anyways, so she leaves, and like she graduates. You can see that she gives her speech. She tells everyone that, oh, I'm going to become the hero. I'm going to change. And there were people in a bar drinking, making fun of her, and being like, haha, look at her. and like the bartender was like, "What the hell is wrong with you guys? You guys are slacking off here like jobless bums drinking in the middle of the day, and you have no right to say anything to someone who's actually trying to make a change." You know, like yeah, good God. Um, and then like you can see how a lot of people got inspired by her. I think that the pink haired girl we see, I think her name is Lolly. We will get to see her later, maybe. She was there. You can see she got inspired by that. If you remember in the previous video of the previous arc, Xian also got inspired by her. Xian and Luo, both of them were like listening to her speech, all that stuff. And then this is where we see the head of DOS. He's like, "Oh, perfect chance. Let me recruit her." And yeah, he does that, and Queen becomes like the symbol of their company. And because of Queen, everything in their company starts going up. Boa obviously was one of the top of his company of DOS, and people like starts asking Boa about, like, Boa starts getting more people talking to her and everything. And I do agree, like I said in the previous section, that I do agree that because of Queen and her exposure, a lot of other people in his company got more exposure, increasing their trust value. So you could technically say Boa did benefit from Queen, but at the same time, that doesn't give you the right to disregard her own effort to become X and be like, "Oh, everything's because of Queen." Good God, that is absolutely horrible. Anyways, so that's what happens. This is where we get to see all the companies and everything, all the people, yeah. And there you go. Then we get to see Boa versus Smile. I was genuinely thinking that Boa was going to get defeated and Queen is going to defeat Smile or something, but it wouldn't make sense like that, because Queen was not X. Queen has still not become X. So if that's what happened, then Queen probably would become X. But that's not how it went. Boa defeats X. X, which is Smile at that point. Boa becomes X. And then, while all of this is happening, you can see Queen was like helping out a girl, from the fear. Right. So each were like fulfilling their roles. So now you can see in front of the guy, you can see, the DOS guy. He's like I said, disregarding everything that Boa did, and he's like, "Oh, it's all because of Queen and everything." And I'm like, what an annoying personality. I can guarantee you this. Before Queen was in his company, I'm pretty sure he sucked up to Boa like this, because Boa was the top of his company then. If Boa left, he would have been screwed then. Now that he has Queen with him, he's like, "Yeah, screw Boa. Queen is the new person I'm going to suck up to." Can you imagine sucking up to, as a leader of a group, you're sucking up? Oh my God, this is some new level low. And the fact that he's completely okay with it kind of shows how much of a slimy little snake he is. He doesn't care. He doesn't care whose boots he needs to lick. He just wants relevance and to be the top. And I guess fair play, if you're able to do that. But it's a type of personality, thing that pisses me off so much. So I'll probably never like this guy. This guy's whole personality goes against my everything. So I absolutely hate these type of people who are just like the fake smile, like this type. Rock, however, I respect him in a way because he was able to manipulate and become this whole thing. This guy, however, I hate him more than Rock because of that. His whole personality goes completely against my thing. So yeah, I'll never be able to like this guy unless he changes himself, which I doubt. Anyways, but yeah, he imagine being this much of a shameless little thing that you are literally disregarding everything that Boa did in front of her and in front of Queen, trying to suck up to Queen. Imagine what this is disgusting. This is disgusting. Anyways, as soon as Queen was like, "I don't care about this," he's like, "Oh yeah, sure. His whole tone from here to goes here. You see how he was talking to Boa? He was talking to Boa like this, like, "Oh, you're nothing without me," this and that. As soon as Queen spoke, he's like, "Yeah, sure. From here to it goes here. Alright." Anyways, and obviously now Boa's pissed off at Queen. She's, like, what the hell? And then Boa, like, tries to attack Queen, but Queen uses her. And like I said, Queen is a little bit too dry. She's, like, too, like, strict about everything. So the way she spoke to Boa at that time was probably not the right way to speak to her at that point of time. Literally, exactly after she got humiliated in front of her. You shouldn't really speak like that to someone. I'm sure Queen had no bad intentions. That's just how she is. But this is what I'm saying. Like, she's too damn strict. So it's going to cause misunderstandings. So she's like, I don't care about anything and all that. So Boa got pissed off even more after that humiliation she got. So you can see Boa actually was going to break through Queen's, like thing, power, but it actually gets interrupted by Little Johnny. So like she wasn't able to do it. She wasn't able to break free, but she might have, because Queen herself says like she probably would have broken free. You know. Anyways, but then Little Johnny, Big Johnny comes in, and at first she didn't really pay attention, but then she was like, wait a minute, that cat is cute. And she's like getting drawn to the cat, and then she gets the cat, she's like petting it and everything. um you know right. And then we get to know a lot about the corporations like FOMO. Like I talked about it in the discussion section. I realized I understood what was going on little by little. At first, I was confused about the whole companies and everything, but then by the end of it, I understood. So FOMO, we have DOS, Mighty Glory, and then obviously Treeman Group. Chand, who's like the main guy, who he was from Mighty Glory, he came out of that and made Treeman Company. While we have Rock, who became like the main executive of Mighty Glory. We have Zach, I think he's from FOMO, I think, and then we have this freaking guy from DOS. Um, Anyways, after all of that, we get to see Lucky Shan as well, and then Lucky Shan joins the group, DOS, like, and this is where you can see Queen was like, oh, I don't need any luck and all of that. And one thing I do agree, when she said that, oh, I don't need your luck, people will nitpick and say that I won because of the luck that I got from him. That is true. That would have happened, I feel like, if she got Lucky Chance. Like, people will is going to bring that up and be like, oh, it's not her power. She was able to do it because of Lucky Chance. She's like, if I become the top, I'm not going to do it with someone's help, or, yeah, I'm going to do it on my own. Which is, I agree with it. Yeah, that was the correct decision. And after that, we get to see Boa like cause someone to do some research on Queen, and then Queen, when she was going to fight Boa, or she thought she was going to fight Boa because Boa was X. We see this guy who comes in, and like, obviously we don't know his name or anything. He's X. We know him as X, so I'm going to call him X. So X comes in. Obviously he's not X at that time because they're fighting. So Queen is like, what the hell? Where's Boa? Okay, weird that she got defeated by literally just some random person. Alright, so she gets ready to use her power. She gets defeated. X does the whole finger snap thing. She's like laying on the ground defeated. And she's like, what happened? I don't know. So I want to see the footage of the battle. What the hell happened? Anyways, everyone's like talking about this, and they're like, what the hell? Like, this random person from out of nowhere with affiliated with no company became X. Queen is depressed. People are making fun of him. This freaking guy from like whatever, that guy from the like clickbaiting and like the comedy guy. He was like, haha, like, Queen should become a stand-up comedian, haha, that kind of thing. And we then have the main guy from DOS. He goes to meet with X at the top, but X is not even there, or at least we don't see him currently, and his whole place is like overgrown with like plants and everything. And it's like, what the hell is this? Now after that, we get to see Boa also. Fear is like growing inside of her. Fear is controlling her now, and she gets to know Queen's relationship with the guy, like, that he's the father of him, that guy. So he's like, oh, so she's your daughter. Now I don't know what's going to happen, what she's going to pull, but I feel like this fear is going to become something more serious, and Queen will probably have to stop Boa. Something like that. Let's wait and see. So that was today's episode. That was a really good episode as always, and we got to see X for the first time properly on screen, and yeah. So there you go. So that is it. That was my reaction. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of To Be Hero X. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.